Morning children. So today we are going to learn a new lesson, and that is we and our neighbors. So who are our neighbors? Who are our neighbors? Yeah, neighbors are the people who live around our house, isn't it? Yes, the people live next door, we can say. The people who live next door is called our neighbors, isn't it? Yeah. So in cities, often we may be in the apartments. The people who live in the next apartment, next flat is our neighbors. In villages, we will have houses, isn't it? So the people who live in the next house is our neighbor. Right. Now, how do we be with our neighbors? Or should we be, friendly with our neighbors, or should we be quarrel with our neighbors? Neighbors are the people who live next to us, and we should be very friendly with them. Why? Whenever we are in need, they are the people who come for us, isn't it? Huh? Imagine you fell down and you need to go to hospital. You have to be taken to hospital. Your father is in our office, but your neighborhood uncle is there. So if you are in a friendly relation with your neighbors, they will help us. No? If you always quarrel and irritate them and do all these kinds of rubbish things, what will happen? They will become irritated, and when you fall down, they will say, he is such a naughty boy, it should happen to him, let him suffer. That is not good. Isn't it? So we should be always very friendly with them. Okay? And if they want something, we should help them. Right? Then we should help them. We should keep the place neat and tidy. We should not throw the rubbish and all these kinds of things around. Huh? We should respect our neighbors. We should speak to them politely. So all these kinds of things help us to have a very good relation with our neighbors. Okay. Now, we are going to learn about a boy whose name is Nitin. A small boy who is studying approximately in first grade or second class. Okay, a small boy. He is a small boy and he likes to play in his garden. Okay, they have a small garden in front of their house and they would like to play there. His house is actually near a hill. His house is actually near a hill, and there are not many houses around. Okay, so there are some hills. And his house is here. Okay. And there is another house in the nearby area. The other houses are very far away from there. So if Nitin has to play, he has to play with the people in the nearby house, isn't it? From the nearby house. But unfortunately, what happens is, there is nobody in this house. That house is closed and there is nobody in that house. If there is somebody, Nitin will have a company, isn't it? So as this is in Nitin's house, write it here. This is Nitin's house. This is the neighboring house, isn't it? Isn't it? So this is Nitin's house. This is neighboring house. Right? So now if there is somebody in this house, Nitin can definitely go and play with them. There is no problem in that. Right? But this house is actually locked. There is nobody living in that house. And all the other houses where there are somebody are very far away. So if Nitin has to play with someone, then he has to go to the next houses here. It's very far away. So if there is somebody here, then Nitin can easily come over here and play with them. Right? But unfortunately, there is nobody living there. Right? So it's a closed house. There is nobody there and Nitin has to play all alone. Every day after completing the school, when Nitin comes back, he loves to fly kites because he can do it alone. If he wants to play some other games, definitely there need to be somebody. But if it is flying kites, and he enjoys the flying kites. As the hills are near the hills, there will be plenty of wind also there. Okay. So, Nitin actually enjoyed flying kites. And the next house was a locked one. There was nobody living there. And Nitin had to play all alone. Okay. So one day, as usual in the evening, after coming back from the school, Nitin was flying kites. You know, sometimes when we fly kites, the thread gets cut off and the kites go off and it may fall somewhere. So usually what we will do, we will go and bring the kite back, isn't it? In the same way, here Nitin also started to search for his kite. He looked here, he looked here, he looked there, everywhere. On the road, on the hillside. And finally, he found that the kite has fallen in the neighboring house. The house which is locked, the house where nobody lives. So, Nitin found the kite in this house, near that house, and Nitin thought, okay, now I'll go and get the kite so that I can tie it again back with the thread and I can fly it again. So, Nitin went near the house and he was checked where the kite has fallen down, and then he saw somebody is coming. There was a small girl coming out of the house. He was shocked. He was surprised. Nobody is living in this house. No, then how come a small girl coming out of it? The girl came out and she looked at him. She was also surprised who this small boy is, because we are living very far away from the other houses. Right? So, both the girl and Nitin, they came very close and Nitin was surprised. Oh my God. Then the girl asked, what are you looking for? What do you want? Why have you come to our place? Nitin said, actually, I was playing with the kites and I lost my kite and it has come over here, and actually I came in search of that kite. Nitin said, what? He lost his kite, that the kite has fallen in this place, and I have come over here in search of the kite. And as he was saying it, he was checking everywhere and he saw the kite falling near the door. And he said, okay, the kite is near the door and I will get it. The girl said, okay, I will get it to you. The girl said, okay, no problem, I will go and bring it. The girl went, took the kite and came and gave it back to Nitin. And as the girl gave the kite, Nitin said, thank you. We should thank them. When somebody does something good for us, we should thank them, isn't it? So the same way the girl thanked, Nitin thanked the girl and asked, who are you? What's your name? The girl said, my name is Meena. Okay, my name is Meena. Nitin said, my name is Nitin. We are living in the next house over there. And actually, nobody lives in this house, no? It's locked. Meena said, we came in just today. We moved on to this house just today. And that is why we couldn't meet earlier. So, this is Nitin's house, your house. This is our house. So, we are the neighbors. Okay. So, we are the neighbors now because we are the people who live in the next door. Okay. So, we are neighbors. And Nitin said, yeah, we are neighbors. So, finally, there is somebody in my neighborhood with whom I can play in the evening. Nitin was very happy. And Nitin said, if you want anything or if you want any help, please ask me. Please tell me. We will be very happy. We will be very happy to help you. Because you are new here. You have come in just today. You may need some things. We are already living here. We know where we get all these kinds of things. So definitely we can help you. Right? So definitely, if you want something, please ask us. We are living in your neighborhood. And neighbors should help each other. Right? Then Meena said, thank you then, Nitin. And will you be my friend? Will you be my friend? Nitin was very happy. And of course, Meena, definitely I will be your friend. Because I do not have anybody here in the evening. When I come back from the school, there is nobody here to play with me. So definitely, I will be your friend. And when Nitin said, definitely I will be your friend, Meena called her mother and said, my mother also will be very happy to see you. Because I got a friend here. I got somebody to play with in the evening. Meena called the mom and said, Mom, see who has come over here. I have a new friend. His name is Nitin. So we have a neighbor here. We are not alone here. We have a neighbor and there is a boy living in that house. His name is Nitin and we have become friends. So mom came out of the house. Meena just introduced her. Mom, this is Nitin. He is our neighbor and we are friends. Then Nitin, this is my mom. We have just come over here today. Mom said, hi Nitin, how are you? I am Meena's mother and I am very happy that Meena got a friend here. Because I was afraid Meena will be alone here and she will not find somebody to play with. But now I am very happy that you are here so that you can play together in the evening. And Nitin also, he is a good boy. He said, hello auntie, I'm fine, I'm okay. Yeah, I too am happy because I too got a friend. Because there is nobody else living here. If I have to play with my friends, I have to go very far to the other area where my friends live. But now there is no issues. I got a neighbor here. I got a friend here and we can play together. Okay, no problem. You know, we can play, we can fly kites, we can make paper boards, we can make, play with other things also, no problem with that. Right? So, it's nice meeting you, Meena. It's getting late now. I'll go home and we will play tomorrow. Okay. So, Meena said, okay, fine. Yeah, it's getting late. It's getting dark. And you have to tell your mother now that there is a neighbor here. And I'm very happy now because we will play together. Okay. So, Meena along with her mother went into her house. Nitin with his kite went to his house happily that finally there is someone in his neighborhood with whom he can play. Right? So, we have to be very friendly with our neighbors because they may need our help, we may need their help, and we can always play and have a lot of fun with our neighbors. Okay? So, this is the lesson, we and our neighbors, right? So, we have to be as friendly as Nitin was with Meena. Got it? Fine. So, now we will move on to the question answers and other part of the lesson. And after that, we will do the grammar parts of this lesson also. Okay?